In this video, we'll take a look at how to export your gradebook. This video will be narrated by Kevin Cormer.
So if we go inside of the grades area here, there's a few little tabs here at the top, the enter grades, manage grades, the schemes, and the setup wizard. So we just want to make sure that we're under this enter grades tab. And then there's a few options here, the import, the export, and more action. So what we want to do is maybe we want to export our gradebook because we want to send the grades into the registrar's office at the end of the year. So if I press the export button here, it gives me some export options. So I can export by all users, which would be everybody in the course, or you can select groups. So if, for example, you teach a cross-listed course where you have multiple versions of the same course all into one, and you want to separate those into you've separated them into groups, well, you may want to go on and export just that group of students. So in this instance, you would want to select groups. But for most of you, you're going to want to select all users, which will identify everybody in the course. And then the key field here, there's three options here. The org defined ID. So this is the one that the registrar's office needs. This is what's their student number. So this is the important one. The username would just be like their login ID, their K538Z at UMB. And so that's what the username would refer to. You can also export both. If you want to export both their org-defined ID or their student number and their username, you can do that. But the registrar's office only really requires their org-defined ID. Now the grade values here, there's three options. There's the points grade, which would be obviously their final points value grade. Their weighted grade, so the weight always has to be out of 100%. So if you did select a weighted system, you could choose to export that. The grade scheme is their letter grade value. So this would be what the registrar's office would be looking for, is their A, B, C, D. And then user details. If you wanted to, you can export their last name, their first name, and their email as well. This isn't really necessary, again, because the registrar's office is just looking for the student number and their letter grade. And then under the choose grades to export, right now it's selecting all of the items right here to export. If I just want to export my final grades, then I'll only select one of the two here. So the final calculated grade versus the final adjusted grade. And the difference between the two is the final calculated grade would refer to the grade that Desire to Learn automatically calculated for the user. If you did have to go in and change anyone's grades, that would be reflected here in the final adjusted grade. But for this demonstration, I'm going to select the final calculated grade because I didn't make any changes to the students' final grades. And then at the bottom here, there's a couple of options. You can export to CSV, export to Excel, and cancel. So for the registrar's office, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to export the CSV because this will allow you, I believe, to upload this into your e-services grades area. So my recommendation is to export this as a CSV. So if we press that, it's going to give us a little link here to say your file is ready to download. So we just click on the link. And what it'll do is we have an option of opening the file, and we can open it if we want to review the grades and make sure they're all correct. Or you can just click Save File. And if we just press OK, what it'll do is it'll just save this file into the Downloads area on your computer.
I would like to thank Kevin Cormer at the University of New Brunswick for this excellent video.